Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how to get more traffic from the Google page speed update. So the update came out July 8th, 2018, I think.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
And your traffic went up. Mine didn't go up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we'll speak to it really quick. So page speed update, I think I don't know if it's a mobile only focus.
I believe it's mobile only.
Okay.
Mainly for mobile. If there is desktop portions, I bet it's not that much. It's mainly mobile.
Right. So, I mean, look, we all know page speed is a factor in SEO, but now they're actually doing page speed. They're rolling out page speed algorithm updates like that. So it is a big deal because, the internet's, everything's getting faster. People want more good user experience and everything. So how do you make it faster? Yes?
Yeah, but the problem is the reason that they have this update is the internet isn't faster everywhere for a mobile device.
True.
It doesn't matter if there's 4G, 5G, 6G, whatever comes out, LTE squared, You'll be in some areas that just have crap reception. Like, what are you going to do? If the site loads slow, you're screwed.
Yeah, so I don't think we know how that specific update works, but I think what we can speak to is what you can actually do to make your site faster. And I remember I was at this conference in Poland, and I was with a bunch of developers, and then they're just looking through my site, and they're like, dude, Eric, your site is freaking slow, right? They're just running it through a bunch of tools. And one of the tools I actually remember I used a couple years ago, 6 years ago, I guess, GTmetrix. So GTmetrix, X as in xylophone, yeah, .com. And you can just run your site through that, and it's going to show you all the stuff that you have that's clogging up your website right now. So literally, what we found was we had a bunch of tags in Google Tag Manager that were really slowing down our site, and I basically just went in myself. I was just like, dude, I'm just going to fix this myself. I just started pausing a bunch of stuff, okay? Lo and behold, our score went from an F to I think like a C+ or something on GTmetrix. It's not amazing, but it did go up. So just making changes, taking control of the things that you can control. And one piece of it is you as marketers, you probably have a bunch of extraneous tags sitting around in Google Tag Manager. So go in there and maybe start digging around. And you probably have some other stuff, some other elements that are slowing your site down.
Yeah. What I found is, so I didn't get any increase in traffic. How many more visitors did you get?
35% more?
No, visitors. Like, was it substantial? What I was trying to get Eric to say is he has over six figures in visitors,
yeah,
over 100,000. So 35% is significant.
Mm-hmm.
The point being is, even if you have a large site, you can see impact. Probably if you have a smaller site, you may even see a much larger impact.
I should probably check the other sites. Did you check your other sites?
Yeah, I got no increase in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
My sites all load pretty quickly, at least from what we tested. We've optimized them as much as possible. And we haven't seen much of an increase, but we also rank quite fairly high within the industry. I hope it stays that way. And in general, we're using Google AMP, right? That helps. What else are we doing? We use a CDN network, MaxCDN. That helps. So that way your content's distributed all over the world. So if someone in India is coming to visit your site, it loads from a server in India versus it pinging back all the way to the United States. The other thing we do is use lazy load. So as someone comes to the site and as they scroll more things start loading up. That improves the user experience. We constantly clean code, like whatever's just junk. We don't just keep changing and updating our existing WordPress themes or sites. We make sure we're doing it in a clean, efficient manner, because if your code is ugly, it'll slow down your whole site. And of course, we make sure we compress our images as well and reduce our JavaScripts, right? If you have like 50 tools that you're using and they all have JavaScripts on your site, it's going to slow down your site.
Right. And actually, to Neil's point, he was talking about clean code and all that. And I was just thinking about, it's not directly related, but you talk about, technical debt. And when you start to, fill things up with a bunch of random code and bad links coming to the website, just all this stuff starts to like overflow, and you just have a bunch of, for the lack of a better word, crap. I was talking to someone today. Their site, they went from 500,000 visits a month. They're on track to drop 50%. And there's two updates that hit, actually. So there was one July 8th, and then a month before that, there's another update that hit. It was just boom, boom, okay? So make sure that Neil and I talked about a couple episodes ago, you're tending to your garden, you're making the most of what you have already, you're not neglecting things, and you're not constantly chasing shiny objects. Even though on this podcast we talk a lot about shiny objects, it's important to make the most of what you have already. 80-20 rule, right? Look at the things that work, and then then go experiment on other stuff, maybe for a little small percent.
Yeah, if you speed up your site, you should do well with the update. You may not get more traffic, sadly, like I didn't. Or you could be in a position like Eric where you do get traffic. It just depends on where you are and, the keywords you're going after. It varies. In general, for me as well, almost all my traffic is still coming from desktop. So, we don't really see much of a mobile traffic footprint in the first place.
All right, so that is it for today. Go to singlegrain.com/survey to help us improve this podcast for you, and we'll see you tomorrow.